husband. Women are great. We must not come to the hotel before you sign our promotion. Our upper form should be signed in the office, not in the hotel. Say no to all gender-based violence. We are not your slaves.
Yes.
We are not your second husband. We are not. All young men working under you.
Much for obliging to grant this interview. I, for one, is a great supporter of this kind of initiative. Very quickly, can you tell us, what are you seeking to achieve?
We are here to seek for the support of the Ministry of Labour, and that is the government of Nigeria, to support the ILO Convention on the to stop all forms of gender-based violence and harassment in the world of work. And as we are workers, and the government and the employers, we are social partners. Social partners as far as the ILO is concerned. And it is common knowledge that the ILO is celebrating the centenary anniversary this year, 2019, because it was founded in 1919. And part of the highlights for this celebration is the adoption of a convention and recommendation on all forms of gender-based violence and harassment in the world of work against men and women. And we are supporting that strongly as workers' organization, as members of the Nigeria Labour Congress, and we've been working together as social partners. But we're also doing this together in collaboration with the Solidarity Center, AFL-CIO, they are our partners. The Solidarity Center is a center that is a worker center as it is, and they are our partners as far as this one is concerned, and we have been working with them on this issue. And they are joining us also on this solidarity advocacy visit to the ministry and also to NECA, so that we will push forth that this convention be adopted. And if that is done, then it is going to be a win-win situation for our workers and the employers, because productivity will be enhanced. We have a free society. We have people who will work with ease. And of course, it's also a form of promoting the dignity of labor. And it is important because labor creates wealth.
Thank you very much, ma'am. But if I may ask, are men also harassed?
Men are harassed also, and you know about the issue of harassment. Gender-based violence is usually an issue of power relations. So it depends on who has the power. So if it is the man that is more powerful, is the person that harasses. If it is a woman, she also harasses, because we have heard cases of drivers, gardeners, house helps being also harassed. So it's both men and women that can be harassed.
Okay, but just before I let you go, ma, there was a question that came to my mind. Okay, so what is the NLC really doing as an organization, or as how do I put it? A labor center? What are they doing?
We have been so strategic about this thing. That is why at our recently concluded delegate conference of the Nigeria Labour Congress, we have adopted a policy on sexual harassment in the workplace. So we have a policy, and once you have a policy, you have something that you can work with, an instrument. Because before now, many people will come and complain, but then what are the things that we will use? But now that a policy is in place, we have something to work with. And also in Nigeria, if you remember, in 2015, the Nigerian government also adopted the Act on VAP, which is Violence Against Persons Prohibition. So we have that one at the national level. We have this one at the workplace, specifically Congress policy on sexual harassment. And then if we have this international one, then that means we have a standard everywhere that we can use to make sure that we end all forms of gender-based violence.
Okay, is it true? Many people say things in public, but we do want to hold on to that sexual harassment against women is usually informed or by how they dress and all of that. Do you agree with that?
It is not about dressing. but it's about your mind and about how disciplined you are as a human being. Because it is not anybody that you see that it becomes a sexual partner, or so to say. Because as human beings, as women, as workers, we are members of the working class, and we are working. We are not sex objects, and we are not there to satisfy the sexual pleasures of people. So that is why we condemn this kind of act, because you need to, as a human being, to be disciplined. Men walk about, sometimes they are hot, and they decide to walk only with their singlets and their boxers, and women don't harass them because of that. So if a woman decides to wear spaghetti because she's feeling hot, or she's going to a function that needs her to wear spaghetti, you don't go and harass her because she's wearing spaghetti. This is not there for you, because it's not that you just see any woman and then you just go and pounce on her. It's a crime. It's a crime against humanity.
Yeah. In the civil service and as workers, we are disciplined. And the idea of dressing or not dressing, I think is not an issue, because anybody, any worker coming to work is dressed, is well dressed, except if the worker has some psychic problems. So we don't really see it as an issue. And from cases we have known and cases we have seen, it's not about dressing. Sometimes they hold on their promotions, they hold on their upliftment, they even hide their files. So it's not about dressing, it's about having this lust. And that is why we are saying no to it. And anybody can be a victim. Like, you know, there are men and women that are harassed also. And that is why we are telling the world, we are asking Nigeria, and in fact, this is our house, this is a Ministry of Labor, and we want this convention to be domesticated, so that, because it's an international thing, we're already working nationally. Like she told us the policy already in Nigeria. And NLC have followed suit. So we are not leaving any stone unturned. We are doing this to prepare Nigerians, so that all we wait for is the convention. Immediately we come back, because we are already on it, we expect that Nigeria will adopt it. Because we have formed the impression, we are waiting for the convention, and the convention is here. So we are succeeding. Thank you very much.
Do you want to see more legislations that will really back this kind of initiative?
Yes, and there are. And what we are doing is, now that we have legal backing with all these policies and conventions in our hands, we are going to fish out agencies and stakeholders in this business. We have already started networking. Like we told you, the Solidarity Center has really gone far with us. They have been supporting us to really dig out the stakeholders, and we have been working with them. And all these will come under, you know, we have so much cases of rape, we have so much cases of violence, and when we say labor, we are talking of the informal sector and the formal sector, the private sector and the public sector. And so legislation is sure, but when we get this, we domesticate it, surely legislation will follow. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm Mercy Okezi. I'm the chairperson of the National Women Commission of NLC. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Has been working tirelessly to stop violence. It's not as if the world is telling us now. We have been on it. And even the Nigerian workers, during our last conference, we had a policy stopping gender violence, sexual harassment. We have a sexual harassment policy in Nigeria Labour Congress presently to guide us in the world of work. And we have been having a lot of campaigns and issues around having a safe environment, because we are committed to productivity. If man and woman in the world of work, they have a safe environment, I am sure productivity will increase. And when productivity increases, the economy of Nigeria increases. Even what I am wearing, sir, is talking about, if you look at my back, you see, it's about breastfeeding. These are some of the issues. You know, this, when there is a good environment for the male and the female gender equally in the place of work, the place of work will be a very good place to be. And the government that have employed us will be happy, because we all are moving forward to move our country forward to greater heights. And so, on behalf of the Nigeria Labour Congress, and with the support of the Solidarity Center, American Federation of Labour, Congress of Industrial Organizations, we are presenting to you a letter asking for your support, sir, that this year's ILO convention, we will go to ILO with all the support that Nigeria can give, because it is our baby. The world is only realizing it now. We have been there. So we are going with all the support. We are going with all the interventions. We are going there to say, yes, the world have realized what Nigeria has seen a long time. And we are going to show that we are ready to stop all forms of gender-based violence. And I saw, sir, we hand over this letter to you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are grateful, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And the flyers.
And the flyers. Yes, sir. We are even, our women are downstairs, gyrating, telling the world what we are here for. And most of your workers already have this, but we are presenting this so that furthermore, because it is not a one-stop campaign. The campaign continues, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful, sir.
The chairperson of the Women
Nigerian Labour Congress,
Women Commission.
Women Commission, I think it's a branch or an organ or a listing of the Nigerian Labour Congress.
Yes, sir.
My directors here present.
Yes.
All of that congress and members of this international, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
On behalf of the Honorable Minister in charge of the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, my own boss, I refer to Senator Dr. Chris Mabeze, the Honorable Minister, and all other staff of the Ministry of Labour and Employment. Once more I say you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
The Nigerian Labour Congress, as you are fully aware, is a dependable ally.
Thank you.
To what we are doing here as a Ministry of Labour and Employment. The NLC, as I said, is a good partner. We have been partnering, we have been working together, we have been synergizing, and all is in an effort to make the Nigerian workers very, very happy. Just last week, we were together in Geneva, ILO, with your President Ayuba Wamba. And even next week, we are still equally going to what we call ALAP in Addis Ababa, African Union, Ethiopia. All in an effort to see that Nigeria takes part in anything done in terms of make sure that workers are happy in the Committee of Nations. So I'm happy to hear from you that you observed and noted with interest that Nigeria has been playing a leading role in making sure that not only our showing interest in what is happening internationally as it concerns workers, but Nigeria is a leader in terms of making a workplace very safe and conducive for Nigerian workers. And many other countries of the world have come to emulate Nigeria. So when we are talking of this convention and advocacy for the convention coming up, on which you are canvassing for all efforts to drop all aspects of discrimination, violence, intimidation, attacks, insults, and whatever in the work environment. I think Nigeria, having been playing a leading role, has done much in that aspect. We have adequate laws, we have adequate acts of the National Assembly forestalling any form of harassment or intimidation in the workplace. Of course, if the working environment is conducive, friendly, accommodating, and protecting the interest of everybody. Once you're a worker in an environment, it brings peace, it brings love, it brings understanding, and above all, it enhances productivity.
Yes, sir.
So you are coming in now with your advocacy. It's timely. It is really timely because we need to do more. We are already doing more, but it is not yet the rule for now. So I want to assure you that our ministry is ready, is willing, is determined to show more commitment.
Thank you, sir.
In an attempt to make the work environment conducive for every Nigerian worker. Of course, you are aware that it is also to make sure that workers are happy that Mr. President just yesterday signed into law a bill which decided into law now that a Nigerian worker is paid not below but at least minimum of 30,000 naira. I want to congratulate you workers. It's an achievement considering from 18,000 to 30,000 naira minimum wage. And I know NLC did a lot of homework, did a lot of work and struggle, and it came up to this. And Nigerian government, as you can see, is also determined to make sure that an average Nigerian worker is happy and goes home with a living wage. So it's also a part of making the work environment conducive. So on behalf of my minister, as I said, this ministry will do everything humanly possible to give, to throw their weight and support to the convention, to the advocacy you are doing in respect of safe workplace. And in doing that, we know we contribute a lot in making up the Nigerian economy to grow, for which all of us as workers are doing our best to see that this country moves from even third world to the first world. We have what it takes to compete with the so-called advanced world. The material and human resources are adequately available, and the present leadership, which you know is the right one, is taking us to that promised land. So once more I say thank you for coming. we are on it, because here in the ministry we have a department that is in charge of safety of workers in any industry or any workplace in Nigeria. A particular department, and they will up and doing, they are prompt and responsive to anything that concerns the safety of any Nigerian worker anywhere, anytime. So this place is their own. We are partners, feel free to come anytime, and as we play along and do more in supporting the advocacy, we will begin by not only sharing the workplace before us, but we are going to have series of meetings. We are going to create a lot of awareness, not just within the Ministry of Labour and the Productivity, but we are going to reach out.
Thank you, sir.
So that all of us with you will all be on the same page, and in doing that we will take this country to a greater height. Thank you very, very much. We wish to meet with you again as we work together. Extend the warm felicitations of Honorable Minister to your national chairman and to all other presidents and all other affiliates of your union. Tell them that the Nigerian government is happy, and I'm happy you people are also happy now that our minimum wage is 30,000 naira. So, and we have to justify that gesture from government by making sure that we put more in our places of work. I used to tell people that let us stop this idea that it is government work. We are working for ourselves, we are working for our children. We are working to make Nigeria great, greater than we are meeting it. So, once more, thank you. May God bless you people all and bless our dear country, Nigeria.